We are actually full with the waiting list now, and I'm afraid an 18-year-old wouldn't come very high on our list when we've got 14 and 13-year-olds waiting.
I thought it would be a good thing to get her motivated with her artwork, so that when she does go into a clinic, she's got something to do in her spare time.
I think it would be a good idea to put some weight on her.
And it's been one thing after the other, as well as I suppose not really liking to grow up. I suppose it's unfortunate she's got a very elegant, thin sister, and I'm pretty thin myself. But she's always asking me for reassurance, do I look unattractive, Mummy? And of course it's very difficult because I have to say, no, you look absolutely super, but you are so underweight.
Well, why don't you tell her the truth?
But she is underweight.
Well, that she can't look attractive at 6 stone, I wouldn't think. What happens if you put a 500-calorie meal in front of her and say, eat that?
I suppose I haven't done that. All right, Dr.
All right.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
That's typical. Typical. Why hasn't she put a meal in front of that child and said, eat it?
Did she think she was fat?
Yes, she thought she was.
Had she been teased at school or anything like that?
Well, children are cruel, and they used to call her Jolly Green Giant and things like that.
I mean, was there any particular problems within the family at the time that she started to lose weight?
Well, Jim and I used to argue a lot. Mostly the amount of time that he cycled and was away from home.
Do you do that as a hobby, or do you actually, are you a competitive cycler?
I don't compete now. I used to.
You did?
Yes.
She can ride a bike, and she started riding 50, 60, 70, 80 miles on a Sunday, wanting to come back and exist on a Rivita and cheese, cottage cheese.
She's got 9 A's at GCSE, but the effort that's taken has really taken it out of her. She's come down more than 3 stones in a year.
How's that to get close to a critical level?
Well, she's at a critical level now, I'm afraid. One of the main causes of infertility in adult life is a period of anorexia in adolescence. She may not be able to have children unless we help her soon. In order for her to live day to day, she's actually metabolizing her own muscle. That means she's eating herself up.
Yeah, I had about 1,500 when I was losing weight.
I don't know, maybe they want you to look like the people who model.
And they're always telling you all these ways to lose weight and exercise.
As a houseman, I used to see the children on the paediatric wards, and I saw how little weight they put on it. And I used to look at the kids and think, if I could just take that child home with me for the weekends, I'd have her eating in no time. And it just suddenly occurred to me, well, maybe that's the thing to do. Jackie, why are you in tears? What's the matter? What's happened? What? What's the matter?
I don't want to put any more weight.
You don't want to put any more weight on? Oh, Jackie, come on. You know you're skinny. Oh, do you're not? You are. You know you are. Come on. How many people do you think would say that you were fat?
I don't think I'm fat, I just think I'm the right size.
That's the way we know people have got anorexia, because they look at themselves and think they're fat when they're really very, very thin. And you're just showing me that you're still very, very anorexic by saying these things.
It's just when I watched the video last night, my dancing, I just started to get paranoid. Well, Mum said something to me that I was starting to get a bit chubby, and that it's stuck on my mind for 3.5 years now. Just that one tiny thing, and now she wishes she hasn't have said it.
You've grown and you've got older, haven't you? You can't expect to have the body of somebody who's pre-puberty, can you?
Mum and Dad divorced when I was 7. Well, they just never really understood how I felt. I was always in the middle of everything, with my family arguments, and no one ever paid attention to what I wanted to say. And I always knew what they were doing was wrong. But they didn't realise they were hurting me. And they just, I used to tell them to stop it, but they never did.
You've been depressed and fed up for a long time now, haven't you? We've got to get you completely right, not just the right weight, but we're trying to get you so that you're happy. Do you think I make people fat here?
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Just
Some of them.
scared that I'm going to be one of them.
Their brains play tricks on them because they're so starved that they can't see themselves as others see them and as they really are. One of the symptoms of not eating is depression